Welcome everybody to the Shower Brew Cast. I'm your co-host, Canadian Moose.
I am the evil redneck.
Hello, I'm Swagger.
You know what? That's the best we're gonna get.
There it is. There it is. Good
And-
to have you back,
yeah,
Swagger.
yeah, you filled out since then.
Definitely missed.
You're looking better. You're looking better. You're not
You're
as
right.
sick.
You
You're not as
gotta-
sick this
Yeah,
time.
I finally got some meat on my bones.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I
that's
got
good.
your complexion back as well.
Today, guys, a very special episode. We have another guest star today. So, Shawn Romo, ladies and gentlemen, this man is a future Bachelorette candidate, an unsigned NBA free agent, a Twitch streamer with fun uncle vibes, and just a real stand-up guy. Shawn Romo, everyone.
He's sitting down.
Hello.
He's
He's-
the chair's medically
uh,
attached to him. We don't talk about that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Those are his legs.
Yeah.
It's really deep Shawn Romo lore. but yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, if you didn't buy
Going
the
through fans
the
will
director's
understand.
cut DVD, then you won't know. So yeah, Shawn, how you doing today? Happy you could come on.
I'm doing good, man. Excited to be here. Was able to finish up some school stuff and all that pretty fast, so it's always nice to be able to come through.
I love how like when we bring people on, people are like, "Oh man, I'm so happy to be here." I'm just like, are you?
Just wait.
No, I'm
wait.
stoked.
It's like give it a few minutes, you know. In a few
Oh,
minutes, you
you
might
haven't
change your
seen
mind. Maybe
this
we should like at the end of every episode ask people if they're still happy to be here, and just like see
So,
the reviews tank afterwards. Shawn, you're nearing 400 followers. So what's that journey been like? You're at, I think last time I checked 395. So you're on the way there.
Yeah.
So like what's that journey been like, and then what do you think helped you to get to that point?
Well, it's definitely super exciting. It's not something that when I started Twitch, I didn't really think like, oh, I'm gonna get to like 500. I just kind of started and was hoping for the best. Um, I think the coolest part has been a lot of like the good connections that I've made throughout this, whether it's people who are in my community who I've met and become friends with, or like other streamers, stuff like that. That's been a huge part of my growth, and I'm just having a lot of fun with it. I'm excited to see where I can take it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really great because again, like I think anybody who hears that answer from you and like me knowing you is like you just know that like that's genuinely like your approach for it, like that's what you want. So I thought it was funny because when we first got in here, like I was in the call when Swagger joined, and the first thing he said after what did you say? What was the first you said? Baba Booey. So he started off with Baba Booey,
Bubble boy.
and then I was like Baba Booey, and then he was like, I don't know fucking anything about Shawn. And I was like,
I haven't
well,
ever met you or anything, so it's just
Yeah.
like, well,
Same.
here we go.
So no, that was kind of funny because then Redneck joined a bit after. It was so scuffed. Like if you look at like the DMs, I was like, all right guys, is it cool if we push it back 15 minutes or so? And Redneck's like, this salad is delicious. And I'm just like, yeah, it's really that's really great,
All
boss.
right, what was the salad
Bud? It was a spicy Southwest salad from
So good.
Chick-fil-A.
So
was-
good.
so it was
Yeah,
warranted
it
then.
was-
Okay,
Man,
so
culture, I see.
Clearly, it's an American thing. I missed that on the cultural.
The
cultural
Chick-fil-A
bias.
salads are elite.
Oh,
Not
man.
sponsored, by the way, but Chick-fil-A were always available if you're ever interested. Swagger's
Not
growing
on Sundays,
something.
though.
Not on Sundays, apparently. Swagger's been growing something. You want to elaborate
he's
that
been
on that,
farming.
Swagger?
What?
You want to elaborate on what you've been growing?
No, I haven't been growing. My hamster's been growing it. Not yet. I'm gonna harvest those shits. There's fucking mushrooms in my hamster cage, dude. Is that what we're talking about?
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. Well, let me give some more context so people aren't like, oh my god, this guy's terrible. He
Yeah,
fucking
that'll turn
damn
the,
everything."
the context will
Not like-
turn things around. 100%.
About a week ago, I have one of about a week ago.
Your monkey brain
I have
jumps
one of
from
those-
like 3 things.
Yeah. I have
Man,
I
the
have
whole
one of-
redneck
okay.
family's coming in here.
I have one of those water balls for my hamster where like it hangs on the side wall, and when you like push on the little metal ball, the water pours out. And so my fucking hamster, being the goddamn genius that she is, was like, I'm gonna put bedding on top of this over and over again. So I kept on filling it up. Then she put bedding back on top of it, and I filled it up, and she'd do it fucking again. So there's just water pouring into the cage. And so a bit of time had passed. It hasn't come for me to clean her cage again yet. And I look and I wake up one morning and I see these little white orbs. So I like take one out and I crush it a bit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I thought for a second, I was like, there's fucking mushrooms in my hamster's cage.
I like that you had to do like forensic analysis.
I did.
to
'cause I was
establish
like,
Yeah.
what the
whether or
fuck
not
is
they were
this?
mushrooms.
This is not normal.
Good to see
And,
us buy their shit.
And so, they keep on growing up, and I'm like, I gotta take care of this. But then I get home that same day, like later in the day, And they grew out some, and some of the ones that I had like pulled up to see what they were. My hamster was fucking like taking them back and eating them, and just fucking munching on them. Like I don't even know if there was any more in there, honestly, because I
So-
think she might have munched all of them. She was like actively
He's become
digging for them.
self-sufficient.
So naturally, Swagger's like, you know what? I can do that.
Yeah, I could grow mushrooms.
No,
I
no,
have
I
a
meant
little
eat them.
Yeah,
Well, no,
eat
I didn't say eat them. I
Hamster-Shrooms.
just said I could grow them.
Why do you? Okay, I thought you were growing them with the intent of eating them.
Well, I could. Depends on if they're poisonous or not. Further study is required.
Yeah, whether the hamster dies.
What? Why are you growing? It's like, are you just bored? for the audio listeners, he just shrugged his shoulders and has no answer for that.
See,
What
mushrooms are like
expression.
mushrooms are that dangerous territory where you can eat them and they can be delicious, or you can eat them and go on like a severe drug trip, or eat them or die.
And just die.
And
Well,
honestly,
and-
Swagger's fine with working with all of those. So
Yeah, like I think I'm in for a fucking treat and a half, dude. But also for a bit more context, I started saying this, and like Moose, of course, he was like, he's gonna eat them. And I was like, I just want to try them.
You never
Or
said
not
no.
try them. Fuck. I gotta know. Like, I'm curiosity here, and so then Renegade was like, well.
Wait, I don't even
What?
remember.
Well, hallucinogenic mushrooms grow from underneath cow shit, so I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, he pulled up like this like psychotropic fact, and I was like, I don't like that you knew that offhand. Like, why is that like information you know?
But it's also redneck, so it makes sense.
Yeah, honestly, nothing surprises me with this group anymore. As you can see, Shawn, we get very off the rails here. Honestly,
Yes,
it's
but
It happens.
no, I have a question for you.
I like
Shawn.
the chaos.
yeah.
Yes, it always adds some.
Actually,
more, but I
before
have
you
a
get to
question
that,
for now,
before you
Shawn.
get to
No,
that,
no,
to get off
no,
the rails
no.
a bit further, Reddick, what are your thoughts on operating a train with Shadow?
What?
What?
No? Okay. I thought that you and Shadow would
Wait.
look good with like little train conductor hats, and like the SBC's thinking about buying a decommissioned train, and we wanted to know if you were down to operate it.
We are.
Hey, well,
Yeah,
we've
it's
already
ta-
talked about me buying a limo.
Yeah,
so,
it's
like,
it's tax
why
deductible
the
between
fuck not?
Swagger's limo and Redneck's train. I think that's tax deductible.
I mean, I've driven a train before.
Oh my god, it's happening. It's happening.
he's already there.
We're getting okay. Oh my
Yeah, the
god,
more
not
you
a
know.
not a food truck, a food train.
A food train. That would be awesome.
Doo-doo
Just
banana
saying.
train. Doo-doo banana.
Just saying.
Shawn, what are your thoughts on mushrooms and mushroom growing? Do you think that it is a viable idea
On
to
topic.
grow
Yeah.
mushroom hamster
Um,
mushrooms?
I'm really worried for your animal. I'm not gonna lie. That's the biggest takeaway for me.
Well, all right. Here's how I look at it. One, she's doing fine. She's still doing great. I honestly just kind of leave her to do her own thing. She doesn't really like being around people much. She doesn't like being handled, so I don't really handle her often. Which I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, you need to do that," but it's like she doesn't like it, so I'm not gonna fucking force her to hang out with me.
Strong, independent hamster.
Yeah.
Exactly. Strong,
She's
independent
a
woman
no
too.
man.
At that.
I just like
Um,
that he was like, so Shawn, what are your thoughts on hamster mushrooms?
and,
And if we would have asked that
Some really
question 30
important
minutes ago, I
questions.
think Shawn would have just left. I think he just wouldn't have came back. Like
But
hamster mushrooms.
But continuing on that, she's all right. She's doing well. You know, it's been like a couple of days since then, and she's still okay. Where is it going with this?
I really don't know. Really couldn't tell you.
It's okay. I don't know either. Would that be a good investment of my time to grow? I want to get investment tips on mushrooms.
Hey, I just
From
met you.
a guy who
This is
clearly,
crazy. But do you like hamster mushrooms?
I don't have to like them. I mean, no one likes the stock market, but here they are investing in it. You know.
I mean, if you're
so-
looking for like, if you're looking for investment tips, I would say maybe don't go the hamster mushrooms. Maybe go more towards like the food train idea. I think
Be a
that
little
one is a
more
little bit
Well,
better.
well, what if our secret ingredient is hamster mushroom?
Then we're getting shut down, and I'm fine with it.
Hey. The FTC does not have to know. All right, listen. I've been in the industry for a while. I know how to get around these things.
You
I
got
am
fired.
certified. I got fired for being late, not for fucking anything else.
Sure,
okay?
go to
Put it in
the hamster
secret
mushrooms.
ingredients.
Yeah. Go to McDonald's and try dropping some hamster mushrooms on the next
Well,
the
no.
next mushroom
McDonald's
burger.
is something else. You can only have pre-approved ingredients.
And hamster mushrooms
And-
aren't pre. Oh my. could have fooled
Well,
me.
not like you're not just gonna walk in and be like, "Hey, I brought these from home. Can we use these?" No, you got
Little baggy.
It has to be from a trusted supplier. There's
Trust me,
processes.
they're
I mean,
fresh.
I have
I
a
know the
trusted
grower.
supplier, but they wouldn't put it on a hamburger.
Yeah.
Would you like the new little red burger? Sure. What comes on it? Hamster mushrooms.
They're caged to
Wait,
plate.
Burger King
And
hot
ferret
hamster
onions.
mushrooms.
All right, I think we've set the record for like
All right.
furthest like dumpster fire in the opening 10 minutes of a podcast. Like that's
Yeah.
incredible.
All right, let's bring it back here.
Yeah, let's somehow.
No, here's the
somehow
thing, too, right? If
back.
anyone tries to attack me, then they'll end up setting all the shrooms on fire, and then who knows what'll happen.
What are you saying? All right, we're moving on. I don't know. I don't know why he built a fictitious situation of him being attacked. Why did the mushrooms ignite?
Oh my god.
Well, if you have a competitor, and sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, we gotta burn this bitch down."
Who's competing in the hamster mushroom industry? Is there some sort of underground hamster mushroom business?
No, man. There's some wild shit out there that you don't know until you're in it. All right, so like people are gonna listen to this podcast, and I'm gonna start getting like death threats, not because they're gonna be like, "Dude, you need to take better care of your hamsters," and like, not
be
for like
competitors.
shit, but people being like,
No.
"Those are my fucking shrooms. Those are my."
I got
ideas.
this
How'd you
market,
handle
kid.
them? Back the fuck off.
Yeah, Moose, in your
those are
next
my streets.
in your next dark web video unboxing, you're just gonna see hamster mushrooms.
Oh my god.
That's what I should do. I should sell psychedelic shrooms made from my head.
Alright, I think we've broken like 6 FDA rules and probably crossed a few federal borders for this.
From the dark web. That's the whole point.
Anyway, Redneck,
But,
please
yeah,
try and steer this right. You said
Alright.
that and then led us on this.
Oh man.
Well,
All
I
right.
said getting back onto the off topic.
Swagger, stop talking.
I'm defending myself.
I miss when he was really quiet the last episode.
Oh man.
All right. So back to the question.
Yeah,
Shawn
back
here with the,
back on.
Hey, Redneck,
back
what
to
you
getting to
got?
know Shawn.
He's
the
still
guest.
talking.
Yeah,
He's still
Swagger.
talking.
Shut up.
Listen, but I'm trying to bring us back.
Okay, let Redneck segue it. All right, you got the next
All
one. buddy.
right. All right. Getting back into this, let's re-rail this train wreck.
The food train wreck.
Shawn, earlier you were talking about doing some schoolwork and finishing up some schoolwork. What are you working towards there?
So I'm a double major. I originally started school as a music education major. I've been involved in choir like my whole life. It's always been something that I thought I wanted to do with my future. But once I got to school and I started studying it, it just became not really my passion anymore. I lost a lot of like my flame for it. And I saw how many people I was going to school with who were just so like happy and excited about these things. And so that's kind of when it clicked for me that like this isn't working. And so that was like a really weird transition because music has always been that thing where I'm like, that's what I'm good at. That's that's where I've always been at the top. And so like kind of leaving that and going into something else was really scary. But sports is something that I love. Sports is something that I could see myself working in the future. So I started going into a major for strategic communications. And then my emphasis in that is PR and public relations and stuff like that. My second major is just a BA in music. I kept that for scholarship purposes.
Nice.
And I'm so close at this point, I might as well keep it, you know.
So yeah, why not?
So Moose, before you say what you're gonna say, Shawn, when you said that like you looked around and saw people being happy, you're like, well, maybe this isn't for me because I'm not happy. That's how I feel about real life, and so that's a big mood.
It was
In my
real
head.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about being alive half the time. So
All right. Well,
You know, we were like,
All right.
I mean, at
Well.
least you have the monkey shroom business.
Oh man, hamster shrooms
Listen,
by monkey
listen, I'm trying to
brains.
rebrand myself with the shrooms. I
By
gotta find
mon-
happiness somewhere.
By monkey brains. All right.
You know what? Now I feel like I gotta support this.
This business
Yeah,
venture. Yeah.
see, now I'm
Yeah.
guilt tripping. It's a
You know,
plan.
He's hopping on the
th-
hamster
th-
shroom movement.
This segues into my next point in that if SBC ever makes it big, Shawn, would you ever be interested in joining our PR team? Because if we're gonna be peddling products like hamster shrooms, we're gonna need a capable PR staff.
I think I'm taking a crisis management class next year, so that'll be perfect for this.
Here, I'll give you some training.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna help you anyways. You're just gonna have to hang out with me for a
He
day or
is the
two.
crisis. Like,
I'll be fully prepared after that. Thank you.
You'll be
Yeah,
over
yeah, yeah.
prepared. There
Yeah,
will be
you're
things
like,
that the professors
Dude,
never
why
heard
are you
about.
trying to work here? You're professional. Start your own business.
So, what did you just switch music because like it was more looking at the theoretical stuff? You more want to look at like the applicable, more hands-on stuff.
Well, I still enjoy music, and I think that it is definitely something applicable for people's careers. It was just that I lost my like fuel for it. Um, I think especially with teaching because you're doing that for so long, and it's a thankless job. You know,
Yeah.
most of the time the only time you get talked about as a teacher is if you're doing something bad, and so
That's
that's
true.
not good. And you always have like parents and kids and all that, so it's a lot, and you really have to be 100% in it. um I think that there's a lot of things in the education system that need to be fixed, and I wish that I could do something about that, but I feel like at this point in my life, like that's not where I see myself. So PR is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying what I'm doing with that. So
All right, Shawn. So this one's a bit of a fun one here. So can we please talk about your NBA draft tweet? I
Oh
I
my
was showing
God.
it to Swagger earlier, and it was absolutely hilarious. So for context, Redneck. Actually, I'll just let Shawn tell it because Redneck hasn't seen it, but I was telling Swagger about it earlier, and maybe you want to read it because
yeah, I'll pull it up.
it is top tier. It's actually it's so funny.
I tweeted a picture of me just like flexing in a basketball jersey, and then I said, "Thank you. I can't believe the day has come. The NBA draft. I've been waiting for this one for a long time now. I want to thank my parents, family, friends, and the people at the gym I play with who have helped me get to this point. I love the game, and I can't wait for my future in this league. I've forgone my final years of NCAA eligibility, which are all because I have yet to play in the NCAA, and declared for the NBA draft in 2020. To the team who signs me, you're getting a special talent, but I'll let my game do the talking."
And he like
So
signed.
so I've declared myself for the NBA. Technically, I'm a free agent at the moment. I'm still putting in some work and on my craft. One day, someone's gonna pick me up.
I would love to
Oh,
so like
jeez.
I love
see
that
you
so
put that
much.
on your resume. And they're like,
Uh,
"Oh, you played for the NBA. What team were you on?" "Oh, well,
I was a free agent.
I was
kind
a
of a
free
work in
agent.
progress,
I was a
yeah."
free agent.
Yeah, I kept the benches nice. And
Yeah, so Moose kind of talked about it earlier how I applied for the Bachelorette as well. But on there it was like, "Do you have any special talents?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm an NBA undrafted free agent." So someone's going to find out eventually.
Someone's gonna look at that and be like, "Oh, damn!" When like it's nothing. Like-
And then they're going to see a
Right.
5'7" pudgy kid and they're like, "This guy."
This guy.
This
We
is
gotta
peak
keep him now.
performance, whether you like it or not.
This is what an apex predator looks like, guys.
They do say that peak masculinity is about 5'7" and 170 pounds.
So there we go. We're in the range.
Woo. Bro.
So
Damn, dude, I'm over here fucking 5 inches too high.
So-
I'm talking about the shrooms again.
oh my god.
God damn it.
He keeps. Are we sponsored? Is that why he keeps like looping back? to
Yeah,
this?
I'm gonna make a business based off of that, and then just keep on plugging it. So
It's-
we're like
it-
we're sponsored.
Just like, yeah, reach out to small creators, be like, "Hey, we're looking for new sponsors."
It's good. This is gonna be like one of our other like scuffed business ventures of like Cookie with Redneck that like it's so scuffed but it takes on a life of its own.
Wait, what's cooking with
Oh my
redneck?
god.
Only the best thing since hamster shrooms.
So not that great, but
Huh. Well.
And it's definitely better.
I mean, anything's better than hamster shrooms, but
That's
it's
debatable.
essentially just a theoretical cooking show that we've crafted for Redneck because Redneck's always a grand cook, and he's always posting stuff on his Twitter, And so we started the hashtag Cooking with Redneck, and then we have a plan for when we do the meetup. We're gonna do an episode. The first episode, we're gonna pitch it to HBO. They'll take it, I'm sure.
Yeah, if you want, you can
I like
go
it.
on Twitter and search hashtag Cooking with Redneck, and it'll actually pop up.
It's so good. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, Shawn and I applied to be on The Bachelorette, and Shawn, do you want to talk a bit about that?
You guys,
Well,
you talk about us
yeah.
being scuffed. Yeah.
I mean,
Excuse me,
eh,
Swagger.
This is not scuffed. Me
This
and
is-
Moose
yeah.
have a
No.
plan.
This is real shit.
You know,
We're taking
No.
Gonna
over.
double team
I'm
that
talking about
shit.
some of the stuff that you guys said in that. Mainly the murder and head wearing.
Well, we'll get to the murder. We'll get to the murder.
I missed
Look at that!
something.
Hold on, that's not what I'm saying too.
What
But
is
yeah,
going on?
I mean, I'm a big fan of the show, and I figured why not? I'm 21 now. There's been some 21-year-olds on the show, so I brought it up and then talked to Moose about it,
That's
and
a
so
lot of
now we both
1-year-olds.
applied, and we just have a bunch of really good ideas on how to change up the show. I think we've got a really great future in the industry if we win.
will completely change how it works. Really,
I think so. I
May
think.
we
will
may we get a
literally be a game
preview of
changer.
some of that?
Oh
What
yeah.
what are some of the
Shawn,
ideas y'all got?
Yeah,
What's-
you
what's-
pull it up, Shawn.
So I don't remember like everything, but I remember there was definitely
Probably
some stuff.
blacked it out, honestly.
We
your
talked
own
about how
safety.
like we'll be the last two people on the show for the next season that we applied for. And then we talked about how we would pitch ideas to where like we would have contestants be in like a gladiator ring, and they're basically fighting for the love of the woman. So you just have to be the last man standing, and then you get like a partner and stuff like that.
Yo, wait, all right. Now here's an actual idea that like to take off of that could actually like be pretty funny, like a reality TV show, uh, where there's a girl and you're fighting for her love, but the only way you can do it is by LARPing.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I love it. That
Tell me you would
that
not
is a
watch
great
that.
idea. That's
I would
that.
watch that.
I would
Oh
watch
my
that.
So for context, this is some of the messages back and forth between Shawn and I. So this was a quote that I put in from what would be like an interview during the show. Yeah, Shawn and I are gonna be building Tanya a tower of cheese. We really think she'll like it. And then like cuts like 10 minutes later. So someone has eaten the cheese tower, and Shawn and I are gonna be burning the house down, secret mission style. You don't want to be here for this part. So Shawn said, for today's competition, we're gonna put you in a pit. You get one teammate and one kitchen utensil to fight to the death. The winner gets the chance to win Tanya's love. And then I said, cuts to interview style where Moose is wearing Derek's head as a ceremonial crown. Yeah, shit got whack.
We talked about how the show needs more of a male audience, so we got into like how it'd be a live action show, and then Moose said, "I would also watch the show more if it included me beheading a man."
So like, it was.
Serious, watching it back, like, oh, I remember that. I was like, I don't remember that part. I must have blacked out. Fuck.
Nothing says romance like dismemberment.
Yeah, so you either get put
Dude.
on 24/7 watch by the FBI or become extremely famous, and I feel like that's something you can
Either
juggle.
way, it's pretty good. Like
Well, I feel like you're gonna end up like Snowden and both at the same time.
an
Let's
American
be
hero.
honest here.
So
Yeah.
Shawn said,
American
true.
dream right there.
Filming is in the USA, so you might not be able to cross the border if you're wearing Derek.
So, yo, Shawn, I heard that you ball. You want to talk about that?
You
bit
just gave
more?
up on the entire question.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I didn't want to just like go off of the fucking. I wanna spice it up some. So, like, how do you actually ball?
I mean, I
Hey, you got a bit of a visitor right there. Hey, tell you.
He's had visitors this entire time.
I haven't been looking. That's awkward. But do you do the actual ball?
I would say I ball. I'm not like great, but I do have some friends whenever I go back home, who I play with. And then when I'm here, I just play when I can, but the weather gets kind of brutal. But
Oh,
I
yeah,
do have a
you-
$100 bet riding against another content creator for
Yeah,
when.
here's what we want
You
to get
see,
into.
and now this is gonna segue to our actual question, which Swagger
Oh,
just, I guess,
perfect.
decided to fucking subvert. So
I don't like asking like just questions that are already there. I want to spice it up. I want to put everyone on their toes.
he wants to take
Even
every.
the producers are over here like, what the fuck's happening? This wasn't planned.
He took the question, which was really cool, and then was like, he saw one thing, he was like, basketball. Do you play basketball? And then he's like, I wanted to spice it up by asking the most bland version of this question.
Well, listen, that's how like it ended up segueing into it. naturally, and
Yeah,
like that's
so
how my brain
natural.
works, dude. I like see one thing and I'm like, hey,
No,
that's a good
no,
idea,
we-
and then
we-
I like repeat it, and then it's like it's already been done.
Listen, we
What
don't have
the
enough
fuck?
time to try and understand your brain. Obviously, Shawn, you and Jibba are homies. The bromance is real there. What can we expect from you guys to do some 1v1 in basketball?
Wow, dude, didn't even
He
change the wording.
he's
Fight
gonna he's
word for word.
gonna
Shut the fuck
he's
up.
gonna talk some stuff, but I know that I've got him in the end. I'm a sniper, so he's got no chance. He also
I'm
has
a
never
sniper,
played
so I'm gonna
decent
blow
defense.
his head off, dude.
Exactly.
I saw the video that he put out and like the trash talk that you were putting in about his video. So for context, Jibba Jabba is a content creator that we know, and he released a video on YouTube of him playing basketball against one of his friends, and then Shawn found it obviously, and ironically enough, Jibba Jabba actually lost that battle, and then Shawn was like talking mad shit on it. I just think that's funny that Jibba Jabba was like trying to clap back, but he just posted a video of him losing.
Of him losing, exactly.
So it's hard to come back for that one.
Yeah, I've got the Hall of Fame clamps, so he's never seen defense like this before. So
So Jibba Jabba,
I feel like I'm basically robbing him.
I just imagine you like walk up, punch him in the gut, take the $100. I was gonna beat you anyway. just walking off. I'm not trying to scuff.
We knew
these
how this
Jordans.
was gonna end.
I ain't trying to crease, dog. Walks
It's
off.
just me showing him that I'm the alpha.
And then don't even take the 100, just take his dignity.
When the SBC does their massive beer pong tournament, who are you taking as a partner? Who's the underdog? And who's not even in the same league?
So I have a question.
Yes,
When was I gonna get told about this?
we've been talking about it for
What?
months.
What?
Wow, this is an
I have
important
not
one.
heard this once.
Well, when we're doing like TwitchCon, our plan is to have like one big ass like beer pong tournament.
Oh, dude,
at
how
our
am I gonna
Airbnb.
do that in a fucking crap suit?
That's a good point. You can
Fuck.
do it. I believe in you. Yeah, for a lot of people out of
Well-
context, Swagger and I had a conversation about him going to TwitchCon in a crab costume and then crab raving and then promptly getting arrested.
You get clotheslined?
Yeah. So that's that.
Tackled by
That's
the
what,
police.
that's what that one is.
Uh,
But anyway, Shawn. Yes, Shawn.
his face.
This
I'm
escalated
stunned.
quickly.
The thing is like I can only imagine you doing that.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Swagger is the only one that will ever dress up in costume and do dumb stuff for us for our entertainment. Like we
Monkey
this,
costume.
but yeah, that's
Doesn't matter.
like easily like the second or third like costume change we have planned for him.
Oh my god.
Eventually, you're just not gonna know what I'm gonna show up in. Every day I show up, I'm gonna be in a different outfit.
Yeah.
And that's how I'll get famous.
Mark my words. Either that or
Or
the federal charges.
on a watch list.
Or federal charges.
But yeah, okay, so I've talked about this in Moose's chat, how we're both pretty nice at beer pong. So I feel like we would probably run the table.
Something.
Hey, I've won goldfish before. Like a little
Okay.
pong thing where
Just-
we're
gonna-
I've won goldfish
we're gonna-
before.
You know what's funny? I was editing my last video and I was putting in the previous podcast, and the one clip that I did just jump to was like Swagger saying some dumb shit, and I'm just like, stop fucking talking. You haven't said anything for 5 minutes. Why are you speaking? This is what you have. Are you serious? And we're back.
My partner's Moose. I'm gonna say the underdog is Redneck. And then
no.
not even in the league is Swagger.
Redneck sat there very calmly, and he was just like, if this guy picks Swagger over me, I will be pissed.
No, I actually, my old house, we actually just left a pong table up in the garage and would just go play it when we were bored.
Amazing.
I'd be like trying to play pool, like
Not even like we played it just to play it. Like I even
to
had
play,
my son,
yeah.
like my son playing it. Like it's just a game. It was just a game.
Yeah.
To us.
Assuming that a lot of people from the Discord go to TwitchCon, there's gonna be at least like 60 plus streamers there easy. And so like what I'm thinking is like if everyone puts in like $10 and like the winning team gets like the prize money, like that'd be a pretty
It'd be really cool.
yeah, that'd be like $600 for like 2 people. That's pretty good.
See, the thing is, we have to start it a little bit later into the party too, so there's already so many people who are really messed up.
Yeah.
But we'll only be like half messed up,
Yeah.
so that we can just really prep, you know.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have like this we're gonna bring like this massive like chalkboard, like a March Madness like bracket,
The brackets.
Yeah. So what are some of your goals on Twitch? Like obviously again you said that you're like we said that you're really close to 400 followers, but what are your ultimate goals here on the site?
I feel like anyone who kind of gets to this point sees that they're doing something good and wants to make it to partner. So obviously partner is definitely the goal. Short term, I would really like to hit 500 by like June 10th. Um, Originally I tried to do it earlier than that, but just with school and all that, I really haven't been able to be online that much recently, which is kind of not fun. But definitely 500 by June 10th, and then I would love to hit 1,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Um, I've kind of talked about how because of like the growth that I've had in the span of time that I've been on Twitch, I really do see that I could have a future in it. And also like when I've talked to other creators, they talk about how they can see me doing something like that too, which is a huge stamp of approval to me. So I would really like to have this become a full-time job by, I don't know, like end of 2022.
I definitely think so cuz like you've like it's the end of April now. And like let's assume that you should be able to hit 400 by the end of the month. I think it's
Mhm.
fairly certain. So and you've been streaming since what? October?
Basically October, yeah.
Yeah, so like that's what like 6 months almost.
Yeah.
And like 400 followers for 6 months is really good. Like that's way better than I ever did. So I
Yeah, and
definitely think.
especially like I know that this is a big job where you need a lot of connections and stuff like that. So some people that you'll see who will have a little bit but then will boom probably had that connection stuff like that. And I feel like me just jumping in not really having any connections in the industry and stuff like that to start, it makes it really cool. And I also like put into perspective what I've done when I've talked to other people where they'll be like, "Oh, I've been streaming since October and I just hit affiliate and stuff like that."
Yeah.
And so it really shows, it puts into perspective for me what I've done and I'm super proud. But I also know like it couldn't have been done without the people who come through and watch, other streamers who I've connected with and played with, stuff like that. So it definitely isn't just me. It's been a whole community of people who have gotten me here. So
Yeah. No, it definitely does like it hinges a lot on the work ethic. You like like
Mhm.
if you're not like wanting to grow or wanting to like find different ways to make content or to be unique or to what I mean to separate yourself from the millions of other accounts out there, then you're gonna stay, you know, in that realm. So, good on you.
Especially if you like don't update what you're doing as well either, because you can get in the same routine of like, oh, I'm playing survival Minecraft today, which is what I did for a while. And that was a big reason why like my community boomed, I think, in the beginning. But then if you're not like changing things up, people will get bored, people will get tired of it. So it's always like that what's next mentality.
Yeah.
I'm always just trying to find what I can do to bring in more people to energize my community and stuff. So,
Yeah. And not only that, I feel like it's also good for you yourself. Like again, I know like
mhm.
I think I can speak for everyone else in here that like when we first started doing Shell Shock all the time, it was fun. We grew a lot and we met a lot of really amazing people, but eventually I mean we all got bored. We haven't played Shell Shock in like what boys like
Fuck shell shock.
we're playing tomorrow, Swagger, but
Yeah.
Nah.
but like tomorrow will be the first time in like probably two
In a
months
few
at least.
months.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
wow.
yeah. So
I mean, I've hopped on and just played it myself, just hop passing time,
yeah.
but we
Mhm.
haven't really
Fuck that
played it as a
game.
group in a few months.
It's also important for us as creators to find not new
Not get
challenges,
stale.
but not get stale. Yeah, because it gets boring when it's like the same thing over and over again, the same content. I
Mhm.
think we all just kind of got bored with like, oh, load into another lobby. Oh, everyone died. Okay, move on. Like,
The same thing like every time, and it's just
yeah, because I mean, like a lot of our comedy is just us. So the game is mostly just background, but I think we just kind of hit a point where we were like, for the videos, it makes sense that the game is just background, but when you start getting into
Pokemon.
when you start getting
Damn
into
it.
like when you start getting into like hours upon hours, like you start getting into like hundreds of hours of streams, while the game might be background for the viewers, the game is a background always for us because the
Mhm.
game can like be a vessel for
Influence.
us. Yeah,
Yeah.
for us to like not so much to make jokes, but to like make like to keep our energy up to
And
make jokes.
it's just shell shock. It's the same thing over and over again. And so if you're just playing the same game, it gets so draining.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, all right, same shit, different day. Fuck me.
Yeah, and like that's why we don't like stick to one game, because like I could never imagine like doing Among Us, only Among Us. You know what I mean? Like that would be
Yeah.
ass.
Speaking of which, new Among Us video coming
Yeah,
out on my
that's
channel.
true.
Here soon. It's
Yeah,
it's
actually-
fucking progress too. Good ass video.
Ignoring that sentiment, new video Among Us video coming out on Swagger's channel. It's amazing. It's actually like
Shout out to
shout
I know
out
he's not here right now, but this is someone we need to get on the podcast, Militia.
Shout out to
Because
Militia.
He edited the
It's
video.
insane.
He did a fantastic job.
It was really good.
Yeah, one thing that I've always said is how with Twitch you're either gonna grow because you're really good at the game that you play, or you're really entertaining to watch in the game that you're playing.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it becomes tough when you have built an audience off of a specific game or a specific like genre of games. If you get bored of that and you want to switch, how do you entertain that group of people who are asking you to play that game, but still also move on to things that you might want to do? Like with me right now, I've had some people in my community who have talked about like me playing Overwatch or like Minecraft on stream or stuff like that. But right now I'm really getting into a bunch of solo player games, and I feel like already what I did on stream was like what you said with uh the content coming from the personality of me and like watching me play instead of really watching the gameplay. Um, and so I hope that it's still translating with the solo player games. The numbers are a little bit weird just because I haven't really streamed a lot this month, so I can't really compare it,
Yeah.
But it's definitely a weird balancing game that I'm trying to play right now. Like, how do I satisfy the people who are asking for these specific things, but how do I do the things that I want to do?
No, I agree. Yeah, it's a balancing act, right? Because you want to be able to do stuff and be entertained yourself. And I mean, like, if we the streamers aren't having fun, it's harder
It
to
can't
make jokes.
translate.
Yeah, and it's like it's not as enjoyable for people to watch somebody who's just kind of going through the motions. Like something about us as a group is very intrinsic. Is that like we will play a game for like if it's like a newer game or like a game that we're like really vibing with, we'll play it like consistently for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then we won't touch it for like 2 months. Like look at GTA. GTA is like the perfect example. Like we will play it for like 2 weeks straight because we find a game mode that we like, or we're just like we had a good time. We want to try and refine that magic, and then we won't touch it for months. Like I think it's gone so far that we haven't played it in so long that
I don't
like
even have it installed.
yeah,
anymore.
3 or 4 of our regulars have uninstalled it.
Yeah, and
I
that's the
agree with
thing is like you're gonna be more proud of the things that you put out when you're happy with the games that you're playing. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, Swagger, do you want to ask the last question? But I don't know if I trust you after the
All right, no.
wonderful
Let me look at
basketball
it.
question.
Let me look at it.
so do you ball?
You ball.
His next question will be: do you play
No.
video games?
Okay. We're gonna spice it up, but
Oh,
better
good
than you
God.
think. All
Oh
right.
no.
So,
My expectations
as you
are pretty
know,
low.
a few weeks ago,
Cooking with
as you know,
Swagger.
a few weeks ago, you and Moose both participated in a Warzone tournament,
Oh God.
and
I already
Moose
know where this
kind,
is going.
Moose kind of, quote unquote, kicked your ass. More or less, he did better than you, and so, are you just gonna let him?
Well,
have
did better
that-
is
that-
debatable.
Well, okay, but are you just gonna let him, quote unquote, keep on gloating that have that victory every year? Is there gonna be a rematch of some sort? Or you can continue
21,
challenging Moose here to
Rust,
get your
snipers
honor
only.
back?
Man, whoever wrote these questions is a
Hey,
smart guy.
I said it better than you. You're over here like Moose dominated you. Are you gonna just keep letting Moose dominating you?
I put destroy, but I put it in italics to emphasize.
So I thought I'd spice it up.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say Moose did better than me. He did better than me in the one round.
One round?
where- Yeah. Because we kind of like
Two.
traded off.
2
Well,
round.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
two
the
rounds where
second
you
round,
were
the second
teaming.
round, I was way ahead. So those first ones kind of even out. But
Yeah.
in the second or like in the last round of this tournament, I get into a call with him, and he heard that I was already talking some stuff. So then I said like meet farmlands or whatever that place is called.
He was
Um,
talking mad shit up to this point.
Oh,
Like
I was talking some
like
stuff.
Percival and I were just like out like having a time, and like apparently like I
Until you
didn't
murdered him.
I didn't see until like somebody was in Sean's chat, and like apparently like Percival and I, like, this was a solo event. Like this was like you land and everyone else is your enemy. Percival and I like, listen, we're not gonna win, so we're gonna have some fun. So we decided to land together, and we got an ATV. We're just driving around, and apparently we were just driving by people, and apparently I guess we drove by Sean, and Sean just aims down sights and sees me driving the ATV and Percival on the back like
He's
shooting
just,
at
like,
people.
sitting on the back.
Yeah. And then I remember like somebody came into my chat and was just like, Sean just said, "How the hell is Moose still alive and I'm dead?"
Well, I also was really frustrated with the game by this point because I've never played the game until that tournament, and I realized that cars are extremely valuable for survival.
Yeah.
Because I just got trapped in like this one bunker with a guy just driving around in circles, and then the time when I finally had to move out of it, I like started sprinting. I didn't see him anywhere, and then in like 3 seconds I was dead because he just ran me over. And so I was like, "How did Moose make it past me?" But yeah, so then in that final round, I told him to meet me, and I saw someone, and I like tunnel visioned. I had no other thoughts on my mind but murder this guy because it's probably Moose. And I just played poorly. He got me, and I was pretty disappointed. I think we might have to run it back sometime soon, but
Run it back.
Warzone
Yo,
is
I'm
a
saying
garbage game.
1v1 sniper battle Rust.
it
Come
was-
on.
I don't have Rust, or
It
else
wa-
I would.
Can we just talk about how the round before that, the second round, you tried to team up with Percival again and you fucking murdered him?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Percival and we got separated because I died, and then so I won Gulag and I came back, and then I landed somewhere, got a few weapons, and I was running around, and then him and I are both quiet, and I come into this building and I see a guy, and I was like, "Percival, is this you?" And he didn't say anything, and then like I lit him up, and then he lit me up, and then we fought.
There's so much more to that, Moose. You were like, "All right, we're gonna meet up here. We're gonna meet up here." And you're like, yeah. And he was like, "Moose, are you here?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm here." He's like, "Are you here?" And yeah. And then you walk out onto the rooftop, see each other, and you're like,
And so we fought, and no one thought to say, "Whoa, it's me." And then I killed him, and he was like, "Mouse, no!" And I was like,
You didn't just kill him; you fucking quick scoped him.
Oh,
for the kill.
Damn.
I forgot about
Disrespect.
he like came up and was like, boom, and he's like, Moose, and I was like, "Them's the breaks, kid."
Oopsie.
That was
So
that was a fun
fucked.
time. That was the time as well where where Percival ran into his girlfriend in the game, and then she killed me, and then Percival killed her. So she was pretty pissed at that point that Percival had murdered her, and like did like the animation execution on her. So I did her
Oh,
dirty.
executed her?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And,
Bruh.
and then I ran into her in Gulag, and then I killed her. So
Oh,
so
no.
she got double dumpstered on,
Double dumpster.
and she was like, "I have nothing to say."
What you doing there, Moose?
Scratching my thigh. Thank you very much.
Mm.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Hello.
I was fighting a lot of guys.
Ah,
Took-
yeah.
See-
Were you using the children as weapon again?
No, not them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he wasn't fighting the children. Did you win?
I did win.
Oh,
I did.
Look at that. Look at
I
that.
know.
All right,
Very
guys. We're just
impressive.
gonna start the podcast from the beginning. Personally, you've got all the questions.
Oh my
right?
God.
Swagger's growing mushrooms in his hamster cage now. We're starting a
Stop
business.
fucking doing it. Stop fucking
I'm
doing
gonna
No,
sell them.
it's a business.
Hi guys, I'm Sean.
it. Sean, do you think the Suns are gonna win the finals this year?
I don't think Sean's an Arizona sports fan.
I hate Arizona sports.
Yeah, this is actually Arizona tea.
Yeah. Okay, actually, they have some cool merch. I almost thought about buying an Arizona iced tea shirt. This is also really
break?
stupid, but kind of going on like sponsoring in food. There's like this big debate within my community on whether garden or roasted vegetable Ritz crackers or normal Ritz crackers are better. So I used to have like 3
Oh.
boxes of garden vegetable Ritz crackers on my
They're
desk,
so
and
good,
so
dude.
I'm really working hard for this Nabisco Ritz cracker sponsor.
Oh hell yeah. That's where it's at, dude.
Everyone's getting like Raid Shadow Legends. Or
Yeah.
fucking
Nabisco,
G Fuel.
please.
He's got
Nabisco.
Nabisco.
Like, bro, I,
I
get free
got
Cheez-Its.
I just
Look
like
at me. I'm a cracker
Oh, yeah.
myself.
Yo, hit the cracker up with the cracker.
Yeah, I'm white and Mexican, so I am a little bit of that roasted vegetable, you know.
Oh yeah. It's perfect. We already got that natural blend.
It's authentic. I just love that Sean started with that off with, "This might be a little stupid," as if he hasn't already been here for an hour. Just the dumbest stuff.
You know you're starting to like integrate a little too well when you start questioning your own ideas as stupid.
We are single-handedly revolutionizing the word "stupid" in ways that weren't even humanly possible.
I think my next cooking stream I need to use Ritz crackers.
I just imagine Sean's like next cooking stream is like, "Hey guys, today's cooking stream is sponsored by Hamster-Shrooms by Monkey Brains." Just like,
Yes,
he like holds up a brown paper bag.
it's like dripping at the
And
bottom.
the mushrooms are completely white too.
It's
So
like, it's got like a swagger emote on it where he's just like doing one of his dumb faces.
no, dude, it's the picture that you have of me where it's like the SpongeBob and the monkey costume and my face is
Yes.
Oh my god.
I saw the picture of my dreams today. I don't know what it was, but I did. Like, I woke up from my nap in like a cold sweat. It was
Yeah.
That's gotta mean something. There's some deeper like mental stuff that goes along with that. I want you to ask your
Dr.
therapist.
What does it mean?
that's gotta mean a bad thing. Don't go to the zoo or anything.
Yeah, or open any unmarked packages.
If you guys could collaborate with any online personalities, who would it be and why?
Oh, I have to do Swagger Souls.
Yeah,
That makes
kinda
sense,
So
yeah.
legend meets
that's an obvious.
the myth.
Which one are
I
you?
know.
I'm the
Which-
That's a lot of ego there.
Well, no, because Moose is convinced I don't exist.
That's true.
Okay. Okay.
The anime versus like the hardcore like factual story.
It's the anime versus Netflix
Netflix
adaptation.
Oh my god. All right, Redneck. What about you?
I don't know. I'd probably have to say like, I'd probably go with like a wildcat or something because I think me and him are quite similar.
I think so. Yeah,
I don't
that'd be
even
fun.
think I know who that is.
What?
I'm so
He
sorry.
plays with, like, Vanos
Wildcat?
and them.
Yeah, the Vanos crew.
All of us would just want a collective. Oh,
Wait,
on the
what?
crowd.
Yeah, I looked away for a second, but I heard the gasp. So
Your gamer card's about to be revoked. Like,
I'm
what
so
the hell?
sorry.
Yeah.
He's like one of the connoisseurs
Yeah.
of like.
Of everything of life. He's
No,
the
like,
architect of the Oreo
He's a
Chalupa.
Fortniter.
For me, I'd have to say Jacksepticeye, just for like how long I've like watched him, and like I have like a poster from his concert or like his like live show, and then like I've got like the little Septic Sam. So I've been like watching him for
that's
like
cool.
been watching him for so many years. Like I think like almost 8 years actually of like watching Jacksepticeye. So
Wow.
I would say him. Or Smitty. Smitty's pretty funny.
Smitty's pretty
Oh,
fun.
Smitty, yeah.
But-
Hell yeah, Smitty is awesome.
What about Percy boy?
Who do I collab with?
We're already here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Ludwig recently. Like a lot.
I think everyone has with the 30-day streams.
Yeah.
So
True.
What he did was intense.
yeah,
God,
I'm
Well,
ashamed.
I
I didn't think
respect
of
the
it.
hell
Kills
out of him.
indoors.
incredible.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
Mhm.
got my 1,000 follower thing. Like I got that idea based off of thinking I was like, okay, what is like? So I thought like of what Ludwig did, and I was like, okay, like that's super unique. It's rare. No one's ever done it before, and it's like it's attention grabbing. So like, what is something that I can do that's similar to that? That's not streaming for 30 days because A, I don't want to do that, and B, like it's pretty obvious that would be just copying off of that. So
Also, he had like people doing stuff for him.
He paid
Yeah.
his
Yeah, like, he
mods
had,
like
like, donated
$117,000 for the month.
damn,
Jeez.
yeah.
And also like he would just be like, all right, I'm gonna go. And then just like Slime would sit down and be like, all right, it's my stream now. He drove somewhere for like 20-some hours.
Yeah. So none of that would be happening, but that's where I got my-
Okay. Also, real quick before we get the, oh, I already think you already said Ludwig, but I think what you did with the 1,000 follower thing was really cool. So I might
Yeah, that
steal
was
that
cool.
idea
Go for
because
it.
it's just such a cool way to like one meet other streamers and support the community and stuff like that. But it also is such a good way to like kind of get your name out there, you know, because you are seeing all these other people. And I know that I went and promoted it in other people's streams or like in my Discord and stuff like that. I was like, yo, everyone go check this guy out. Like he's doing this. I just think what you did was super unique and
Thanks, man.
it was really cool.
Yeah, I think it was
That's
cool,
cool.
and like the way I looked at it is that there was like almost no downsides, other than
Yeah.
the fact that it took 15 hours. I was like,
It's only gonna take like 4 hours.
yeah, I was like, I ran the numbers. I went to the gas station the night before. I was like, all right, if I can follow like 250 streamers like an hour, I'll be done in like 4 hours. So like,
Nice.
we're killing it.
I fucking told Moose this at the very fucking start. Stop following their Twitters. It'll literally make it take twice as long. And he's like, yeah, I only follow like the smaller ones. And then starts following everyone's Twitters again. It's like, you fucking...
By the
And
end of that
YouTube.
night, he was having like strokes.
Yeah, I couldn't speak,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
It was brutal. I was like,
Oh,
I remember when I did my 12-hour stream. That was,
yeah, I remember that.
oh god.
I'm planning
Yeah,
on
no,
doing,
24-hour
I'm planning
stream,
on
dude.
doing
That
a
shit was
12-hour
brutal.
stream soon. Just because like I brand myself as I stream every day. At least I try to. But this month I've missed so much, so I kind of just want to make it up to people who do come through and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna do a 12-hour stream just to be like, thank you guys for sticking around. Like,
Yeah,
here's a long one.
Now then, Sean, who would you collab with?
exactly. Yes.
I think there's probably two.
I'm flattered.
So one would be like my like wish, and then one would be because of like I followed them for a really long time, like how you said with Jacksepticeye or like Ludwig. The one that I would want to work with because I've followed them for a long time is Moist Critical Penguenzo Charlie, him.
That's there.
I have been following that man for like 9 years, 8-9 years, somewhere around there, which is kind of nuts. I started watching him because a girl that I liked told me to watch Octodad gameplay and simulator,
This man.
and so I went and checked it out, and that was a great video, and I was hooked from there. And that's actually where Dark Bean came from, because he had a video on the Killer Bean, and then he said, one of the characters, Dark Bean, he said, sounds like an Xbox generated gamer tag, like Dark Bean 55. And
Yeah.
so as soon as I heard that, I went to my Xbox and changed my gamer tag. Like, that's fucking funny. I don't have my Xbox, but I have Xbox Companion still like downloaded on my computer. And I'll get messages like once a week, be like, found this from Critical, huh? And so I think that's pretty cool. And then the second person that I would really like to work with is Andrea Botes, my future wife. She's a Twitch streamer, or like a chess streamer. Just seems really cool. I applied to be on her lover host at one point. I didn't make it on.
Damn.
But
Dude, I
shouldn't
would have flipped shit if I had been watching that, like, and just be like, "Shot a boy," and
I thought it. I think it'd be so cool. But like, she just seems really cool, and yeah, that's definitely someone I'd like to work with.
Dude, I would love to get onto one of those lover hosts and just
Lover
someone be like,
Host
yeah,
is
sure,
such a
I'll put
cool
one.
show.
And I'll be like, you fucking, have you seen me? I am a mad lad and a half.
See, I think that's funny what you brought up about like people are finding like the gamer tag and be like, you got this from that, right?
Mhm.
One of the funniest comments I think I've ever gotten in my entire like YouTube career was somebody commented on one of my videos a couple years back. It was just like, hey, I found your channel through founding your planet on No Man's Sky.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I put my channel, my YouTube
my
channel
gosh.
Hell
in the
yeah, dude.
description of the planet. And so like 3 years later, somebody finally found it and then went to my channel and was like, hey, I found you. And I was like, what the shit?
That is.
That was pretty crazy.
That's so cool.
He didn't subscribe though, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I felt
How are
like
you
you're
gonna
like,
go through all of that and then not
Wow.
join it?
right? I was like, damn.
I don't know.
Not
That's
sure
the
you
first thing I would
support
have done. I'd be
it,
like, all right, bam.
Yeah, I would have like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, like that hurts me so. Like it took you 3 years to finally find me, and then you're just like, eh.
The 3-year-long search finally found him. Hey, you're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Walks away.
Yeah.
What
Never
the
to see me
fuck?
again. But like that
It's
was
like looking for your long lost dad. You finally find him. It's like,
you like grab the milk from his hand and then walk away.
Dad,
But-
son, it's expired. I'll take my chances.
So like that's
Give
my
up,
biggest
bud.
dream for like the podcast is to be able to like get like some like a really big streamer that we've all like looked up to for like a long ass time on the podcast and just like it'd be like just the coolest experience. You know what I
That'd be
mean?
super cool. Yeah.
Like so Chilled Chaos if you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
watching. Yeah. I mean this has been a train wreck, but we're slowly getting better.
We're
But a
15 minutes
fun
over time.
train
Yeah.
wreck.
Dude, do you remember? Dude, this
Yeah.
is nothing compared to the first
Like a
one. though,
train
let's
wreck
be
The
on
first
honest.
one was really bad. Like it doesn't look as bad because like post saved a lot of it,
Mhm.
but
Dude, that I just like thinking back, I'm like,
It's so awkward.
it was really bad. But like now we've gotten a lot better at just like being a lot more like casual with it, and I think it works. And like I think we found a nice balance of like casual, informative, and then like back and forth. Like there's a lot more like everyone gets a chance to speak. It's not just like I don't even know what that was.
What do I
But
I said shrooms.
we're still trying to iron out those parts, but we've
By
gotten
those
better.
parts, we mean swagger.
Yeah. I mean, last time we nailed
Last
it.
podcast did
Yeah,
great.
last-
Wonder why.
Sean, if you don't know, the last podcast Swagger wasn't there, so we just had we had a skeleton with his.
Don't die. Yeah, it's not skeleton.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
the skeleton
Yeah,
has.
it's a
Yeah.
name.
Tim Tholomew.
I thought the podcast started off scuff. We're wrapping it up scuff. My God.
It's like
Skull
a
stuffed sandwich.
parabola, you know, you got to go back up and then back down.
Exactly. It's a roller coaster. Actually, the roller coaster was it was scuffed, and then it picked up, and then went back down, and then it picked back up again, and then now it's way back
They
down.
hit a loop-de-loop and
Yeah.
a double twist.
Yeah.
and it just-
Loop-de-loop
Then your
before,
shoes aren't
yeah.
looking cool.
A couple people
Yeah,
fell
Yeah.
off.
Kids have thrown up. Like, it's,
Yeah.
no.
It's a mess. A couple of people
Probably
have died.
Yes.
shrooms.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Well, on that beautiful segue, if nobody has any other questions left.
What's for dinner? I'm hungry.
Okay, I'm actually thinking the same thing.
Oh my God.
I'm glad we're on
Wait
the
a
same
second.
page.
Wait a second. Doobra.
Doobra. Hi, Doobra.
Oh.
Hi, Doobra. Yeah.
We got Doobra on the podcast.
Wait, have her come say hi. Have her come say hi.
We have a surprise guest. All right, never mind. The podcast is picked back up. We're rolling it back for another hour.
So, please introduce yourself.
First of all, please, we've been trying to get Doobra on the podcast for months.
How'd you come up with your internet name?
What's your KD, Doobra? Come on.
She's not happy with it.
Yeah, because she's like, pass the mic, chief. I love that she was pissed, but she was still like, hi, gang.
Hey, guys.
She's like, I'm saying hi to my friends. I was like, what?
I'm saying hi to my
God.
friends.
Mom.
Yeah, we're here for Doobra. Like,
we want to see Tim and Doobra. All right, you're just the background character of the show.
Oh,
So you know how you said you were gonna ask me if I still enjoyed my stay after the podcast? Now that I met Doobra, it's been
Yeah,
worth
it's
it.
not-
no,
better.
it was worth it.
I now need to put featuring Doobra
Oh.
in the description now.
yeah. Dude, Sean, you're not even gonna make it into the title, man. Dude,
Like-
came on.
like,
Sorry, dude.
Fair.
Like, you know how many
Ah.
clicks we're gonna get just if I put featuring Doobra in the
True.
title? Because it'll be hilarious because like
Who's
everyone
Doobra?
will be watching for like 40 minutes waiting, and like Percival's not gonna be here, and they're like, where's Doobra? Where's Doobra?
How's Doobra even here?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna see his name pop up. He's like, it's going
It's Doobra. It's
Yeah.
Percy.
And I'll just cut everything that we've said while Percival's here and just jump to Doobra and then end it right after that. I think everyone's fine with that.
He's not even a
No,
part of
dude,
this.
you
Make
one.
that the
should
intro.
upload just a small part where Doobra comes in and just upload it as your own video. Like
Oh,
the own like Shower Brew Crew podcast featuring Doobra. It's just like a 10-second clip.
We will one day get Doobra on the podcast. We definitely will. So if no one has any other questions, person who asked Doobra if she has any questions.
No.
She's good. Okay.
She's she just want to say hi.
Yeah. So yeah, with that, guys, it's gonna wrap up this episode of the podcast. So we're really, really thankful to have Shawn on here. Shawn, it was an absolute blast having you on, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you guys ever want me back, I'm down. That was a lot of fun.
we'd be
Oh, yeah.
definitely having you back. We've there's been a couple people we've had on that were like we'll easily like have them back, and less of an interview style, but more of like, hey guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like some whack stuff. We'll have a topic, and we'll bring back some of our
So basically, the first 10 minutes of this podcast,
basically yeah
where there were actually no questions.
where there was no questions and we were just talking about shrooms. So
Perfect.
this is
Hamster-Shroom.
this is
My monkey
unintentionally, but also intentionally turned into the Misfits podcast without anyone
Yeah, we got the
realizing.
drugs. We got
Not even
the
nasty.
So that's where
we
that
got the
went.
lights.
That's gonna do it for the Shower Brew Cast, everybody. I've been your co-host, Canadian Moose.
I am the evil redneck.
I'm Percy.
Whatever the fuck you want me to be for $10.
I That's
That
that's
hey,
that.
that was good.
That's
That was good.
That's
Sums-
so on brand.
Yeah, it
Like, it's
sums
so
up
on
it sums
point.
up the
Like,
podcast perfectly.
I thought
And
that was pretty good.
and obviously this has been Shawn Romo on the podcast today. And
we may never speak to him again.
yeah, yeah,
He's like, I'm cutting ties with the SBC.
he's currently filing for a cease and
Hey, look,
desist and a restraining
you
order.
guys are pretty cool, bro.
But yeah, everybody, this has been the Shower Brew Cast. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all in the next one. See ya.
Bye.
Peace.